Hey, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me here tonight. We are continuing on our Herb Bouquet embroidery. This is the last day that we'll be working on it. We might pop in later in the month maybe to finish it up because I don't think we'll quite finish it tonight, but we will be doing more of the single crochet, single chain stitches, and then also some French knots tonight. So we'll be getting through those, and we might end up working on this parsley over here a little bit more as well. So thank you for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So thanks again for joining me here. We are working on that Herb Bouquet embroidery pattern. The bundle for this with the fabric pre-printed and the floss is available in the shop till the end of the month at penguinandfish.com, and we also have just the printed fabric and the digital pattern alone as well. So if you want to work on this, the videos will be available from this week, and the bundles and the kit, the fabric will be available just till the end of the month. So thanks again for joining me here. Let's get going. All right, I'm gonna shimmy on down here again tonight. So I do have next to me again, I do have the digital pattern here. This is the PDF that comes with, it comes with the bundle, it comes with all of the aspects of all the different versions of this design. You'll get the PDF pattern. So I'm just using it to know like what color of floss to use and what stitch to use. So I'm just having this nearby me, right next to me here, and we're going to continue on these single crochet, I said that twice already, single chain stitches. You can do chain stitches in crochet. Maybe I have crochet on the brain, clearly. I should get a project out. But we left it last night with thread started, so I'm going to finish up using this green. We'll get maybe up to here, maybe with it. And then I think I'm going to jump ahead and do these purple French knots all around here. And then we'll do the purple, like the twine here with the little bow. We'll do that with the purple while we're still using it. And then I'll probably come back and try and finish up the rest of our single crochet stitches here. These buggers are taking a long time to do, but I think it's looking real cute. So let's get going on that. Like I said, I'm gonna go until I can finish up this thread that we had started from last night. So our single crochet stitches, single chain stitches. Holy cow. So I do have an emergency craft project that's crochet. Maybe I should get that out. I need to get some crochet going again, it sounds like. But that's kind of why I love these chain stitches, is that it looks like the chain stitches you would do in crochet. And I just love that. So I'm coming out of the hole at like the point of this teardrop shape, and I'm going back in the same hole, kind of making a loop around me, and I'm coming up at the apex of that arc, and then I'm putting the thread, the floss, behind the needle, and then pulling through, and that's giving me the basic shape. My thread keeps getting caught in the hole. Basic shape of the single crochet stitch, and then I'm tacking it down with a single crochet stitch again, single chain stitch. Oh my goodness. Kathy says, you're picking up my vibe. I'm crocheting while watching you. I've said single crochet every single time I've said it tonight. What is wrong with me? All right, I'm going to jump up to this single chain stitch here. I like kind of get this arc going beforehand. You don't need to. You can just kind of do this motion and put the thread behind, but I don't know, habit is making me do that little arc first. Oh, yay! So Patty says that she got the mystery box. So that will be going through Sunday. So if you guys want your own mystery box, that sale will be going through Sunday. Okay, I'm just scrolling up. Kimberly is asking, does the bunny sewing project start Monday? Yes. So that's this guy here. So this is our project for Monday. It is a little bunny plush stuffed animal. You can do like buttons for the eyes or whatever you want, but this is going to be the project for Monday. I have both digital and printed versions of this, so obviously if you want to start sewing with us right away on Monday, you should just get the digital pattern. But if you can wait a little bit, just long enough for mail to come, the printed pattern is worth it because it has the whole pattern on one sheet, so you don't have to like splice your paper together or anything. So we'll be working on this on Monday. Next week is kind of our free week where we can work on whatever we want to, basically. We have no dedicated project for the last full week of the month. I thought we'd leave it open this year to do whatever we wanted, and I thought this little bunny would be just really fun. Last month we just worked on one of our unfinished projects, which is great too. Oh no, Kimberly says her order is stuck in some mail place. Ugh, well that's no fun. Well, maybe you might get it on Monday then yet, so we won't obviously be stitching till the evening. So what you can do already is pick out your fabrics. It uses a fat quarter, which is 22 inches approximately by 18 inches approximately, and then it also uses a different color for like the belly and the inside of the ears. That's a fat eighth, which is around 22 inches by 9 inches. So you could do that at least if you're waiting on your pattern, like if your pattern's stuck in the mail. Because I suspect day one we will be doing a lot of just prepping our pieces. So we'll be getting our pieces onto the fabric and cutting out our pieces. We won't be doing any sewing, is my guess, on day one. We'll be doing a lot of getting things together, which is a very important part of the process. So you'll probably be good to go yet. Yes, so the our studio sale, which we're having such a good time with, our studio sale is running through Sunday. So we started it on Monday, and it's running through the week through Sunday. And we got all sorts of fun stuff. So it's a seconds / overstock / warehouse sale. And what seconds means is product that's mostly fine, but there was just like one thing wrong with it that we didn't really want to sell it to someone who is like, paying full price for it, right? So that would be like a tea towel that has like maybe a little like a discolored thread just in a tiny spot somewhere. Or here's a really good example of a seconds item. We have this red floss. It's called Northern Cardinal, but this was mislabeled. It says fresh basil on there, but other than that, it's perfect. So that would be an example if you're okay with the label being wonky, but other than that, it's great and it costs way less. That's what a second sale is. So there's a lot of those items. We still have a lot of cones left. We have cones of floss that I used for our embroidery kits before we got our own floss, our own skeins. So we do have some of those, like used cones, which are a zillion times cheaper than the full cones, although we did sell out of most of our like almost gone cones, like our $10 cones, but we still have a bunch left. I won't be ordering those cones anymore probably. I think the digital comes through. Oh yes, so if some of you are wondering where your digital file is, like if you ordered the bundle, this bundle here, or you ordered just the fabric piece, or the digital pattern, it will be in your email receipt, and it will, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to do this going the way down. It will be in your receipt, and it'll have like a download now button right in the receipt. So that's where you can find your download. But yeah, and then we have a mystery box, which is a bunch of fun stock. So overstock items, things that we have too many of, some second items, and then just some other stuff we have hanging out at the studio. So basically a $70 value that's like $35 or something. So a lot of value in those mystery boxes yet. And I think we've had to relist them twice already. I think right now we have like 6 left. But if those sell out before the weekend, we'll probably be able to come up with some more, I think. So that's where those are at right now. But yeah, those have been super popular, those and the cones of floss. And then we also have some embroidery kits, just our normal embroidery kits that are perfectly fine. They're not seconds, they're legit embroidery kits that we just have a lot of. So we're having a few bundles of those for like 40% off the normal price. So again, so that's our studio sale. It's going through Monday. But yeah, I'm happy that you guys are starting to get your mystery boxes and all that stuff. That's great. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, okay, I see what's, sorry, I'm missing the conversation a little bit. Yes, so Kimberly, the digital pattern for the bunny, that is separate than the printed pattern. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it's not super duper stuck in the mail. I'd like to think that you'd get it on Monday yet. So yeah, so sorry about that. Yeah, just for that, those are separate. Ooh, I think I'm going to run out of floss a little bit sooner than I thought on this. I thought I'd be able to get about to here, but I think we'll finish this guy and maybe I'll get a couple on this one. I went from here to here because it was just a really short jump versus me going here and jumping all the way back down. I'm trying to preserve as much floss as I can, but we're not going to make it much farther. We're almost used up on this floss. But I'm going to jump up to the French knots here when we're done. Man, I'm really wanting to crochet now. It's so funny. I do have that knitting project yet, that knitted lamb that we made that pillow for last Finish It Friday. And gosh, I really want to finish that lamb. I might have to take an evening here on the weekend just to work on that sheep pillow some more. Ugh, that would be a good project to have done. That'd be a good feeling win, I think. Might have to think about that a little bit. Working on him. Then we can have show and tell, but I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll work on it this weekend. Ooh, you guys though, I did get my new cord for my sewing machine in the mail. So my cord for the sewing machine that I like free motion quilting on, that had a short in. So we couldn't free motion quilt a couple weekends ago. But I got the new cord in the mail, so I'm going to have to try and rewire that machine, just the pedal, and see how that goes. But that'd be awesome to get that guy working again. So it was a good mail day. All right, now I'm going to jump down here and see how many of these I can get. Not too many. Actually, just maybe these two. Gosh, maybe just one. I think we can squeeze one more out of this thread. Just one more. We can't. Definitely can't get more than one more. I'm just loving the look of this Thyme, though. It's just so sweet. All these little itty bitty single chain stitches here. All right, now here's. Okay, I gotta do that again. I'm gonna do the sewing method for this one. It's just getting so small. There we go. It's hard to get my needle in the loop. There we are. Ugh, I'm gonna lose my thread here. All right, let's tack that down, weave in the end, and we're done with this piece of thread. So I'm going to jump up and do the French knots next, just because that's our last stitch here, really, and it'd be good to do it. If I was just stitching alone, I'd probably continue. I would just keep going up the side here until I got to the top, and then I'd probably do those French knots. But I want to get them done. I want to show you just how to do the French knots again. And it's just fun. We'll go around and do all those French knots, and then we'll come down and do that other purple. It'll feel like we got a lot accomplished by doing that, getting that last color in here. And then we'll finish it off by doing some more of those. All right, so French knots, those are in the lilac season, this pretty purple color. So let's just grab our normal like 24 inches or so. That should be plenty. We'll use half up here and the other half down here. That's what I'm expecting. All right, so I'm going to split the floss. And again, my favorite way for doing that is the pinch method. So I'm pinching it in my fingers while kind of separating just one strand from the 6 strands, and then I'm just going to pull. It's going to bunch up behind me, but the moment I pull it all the way through, it's just going to release. I like running my hand through it just so it, finishes releasing there. And I'm just going to do that 3 times. I think it's much faster than trying to hold 3 in one hand and hold 3 in the other, and it gets even though it looks like it's getting twisted, it gets way less twisted than doing the method where you're like pulling from both sides. It's a little goofy. You'd think this would take forever, but it is actually really, really fast. So you got to put the 3 ends together again. I just run my hand through it, and we are a full piece of thread again. Oh, Tammy's asking what the little sunflower thing is. So this is a needle minder, and what a needle minder is, it's a magnet. So it's a magnet on the front, and it's a magnet on the back, and I can just throw my needle at it, and instead of just setting my needle on the table and losing it, or when I'm like switching colors, I can put it on here, or when I'm not working on the project, I can just leave the needle there, and I know it's not going to get lost. So this one actually, Marie she's one of our viewers on YouTube. She sent this to me, but they can be all different kinds. So she crocheted this over a magnet. I got this other little cute one, this little cloud that will just sit on here. So that's just, an object that someone glued a magnet on one side, and I got the magnet on the other. Oh, look, oh my gosh. gosh, the magnet just fell off of this, so well, that needle minder's not going to work, so I'm going to have to glue that back on. So that's fun. Anyway, we'll set that there. I also have this other one that I really kind of like. Got some needles on there. This one's got a huge magnet. I haven't used this for embroidery because this magnet is so intense. First of all, it's heavy, and it's so strong that I feel like I'm kind of going to injure myself by using it, because it's such a strong magnet. Ugh! See, it just like jumps at things. However, I do think that this magnet, this heavy magnet one, would work really well for like quilting, like for hand quilting, where I don't have to go through just one layer of fabric. I got to go through like a whole quilt. This would do the job. So I do like this one for that. But those hang out over on my wall there. But yeah, so this one's my favorite for embroidery, and Marie made this one. Okay, I am hoping to carry some needle minders this year. We're working on that. So we're gonna get some cute little penguin and fish needle minders soon here, but it's on the docket. It'll happen. All right, so I'm just weaving in my end to start here. It's nice having the magnet on this side too, because I can just drop it on there. I have a habit of like putting my needle right here and then and then completely losing it. That's not fun. So needle minders are kind of fun, kind of nice. All right, so I am gonna start on all these French knots. So for a French knot, I like having 2 hands and a flat surface to do a French knot. It's hard to do a French knot while you're also holding the hoop. So what I do for a French knot, and I do have a bunch of videos on the 3 things you might be doing wrong with a French knot, but I think I'm going to just try and get through this as quick as I can. So I'm going to come up on one side of this dot. So I'm going to start with this dot right here, and I'm going to come up on one side, and I'm going to end up on the other side, because we want all of these fabric threads in between. We don't want to go in the same hole, because we might just pop our knots all the way through to the back, and we don't want that. So I'm coming up on one side of that dot, and then I'm going to set it down, because I'm going to want both hands here. I'm going to hold the thread that's coming out of the fabric with my left hand here, and I'm going to point the needle towards my left hand, or away from the fabric. So not towards, we want it pointed away from the fabric, or another way of thinking about it is pointed towards your other hand here. And I'm holding it a couple inches. Sometimes I just go maybe about 2 inches, 2-3 inches up, and I'm going to wrap my needle around that thread twice. So again, I'm pointing towards my hand there, wrap around twice, and I got like 2 little loops on that needle there. I'm going to just put my finger on that to hold it in place, and once I'm holding it in place, I can let go. I'm going to actually swoop this thread down and out of the way. So I still have those 2 loops on my finger here. Now I'm going to point my needle towards the fabric. I'm holding the hoop again too, so I'm pointing it towards the fabric, and I'm going to put the needle on the other side of that dot. So not in the same hole, on the other side, and I'm going to go in about halfway with the needle, and I'm going to kind of set it down again. I'm going to let go, and then I'm going to take the thread and pull those loops so they're right against the fabric. So here's it a little closer there. I just pulled those loops. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold those loops. Not everyone does this, but I find it helpful. I'm going to hold those loops with my finger. You can use your thumb or use a finger, and then I'm going to pull the needle the rest of the way through the fabric, but I'm going to hold those loops so they don't get away from me. I'm going to slowly pull until I can feel the thread go all the way through, and then we're good to go. So there's our first little French knot. I think that's looking awfully cute. And that's the deal. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them here. Again, so coming up on one side, I always kind of start from the lower right-hand side and end up at the upper left-hand side. That's just kind of, I don't know, the path I take. But you do want to not go in the same hole. You want to have that part of the fabric in between so it doesn't pull through. Oh, Tammy says that would be awesome to have some of the needle minders on my site. I stick my needle in the arm of my couch and then lose it. So my mom does that too. She puts it in her chair, like pins and stuff, and kind of freaks me out a little bit. Freaks me out a little bit. All right, so okay, holding again, needle pointing towards my hand, loop around twice, hold those loops. Shush the fabric or the thread out of the way, and then I'm going to point towards the fabric again. Go on the other side of that dot, about halfway in the fabric. Then I can let go and pull those loops. Pull those loops so it's against the fabric and the needle. Then I hold it in place and pull that thread through. There we go, looking cute. All right, so I'm going to scooch around all the rest of these. I'll do it like real time. So this is how fast I'm normally. This is my normal French knot like process here. So same way as I'm showing you, just a little bit faster. It's definitely nice to have that flat surface. If you're using an embroidery stand, that works amazing as well. The whole idea is that you kind of need that other hand available so you can like hold it while you wrap around. And I've seen people do this where they don't hold their finger at this point, like where they don't hold down the loops, but I don't know. Holding down those loops is the thing that helps me not have really, really loopy French knots. So if you're noticing that you're getting like, you have like a couple really big loops that are held down by like a little anchoring stitch, I think that comes from, first of all, this stage, not pulling it tightly to the needle, and then secondly, not keeping those loops there. Like if I just pull through, those loops might come loose, and then you'll get those big kind of loopy looking French knots. Oh, Colette saying, yay, I'm looking forward to seeing how you do that free motion quilting thing. I've missed the others. Yes, so, gosh, I was so bummed. I was all set up to do that free motion quilting when I discovered that short in the cord. Ugh, and we just couldn't get it to stay on. Like, we couldn't, like, wiggle it in place for the cord, for the electricity to my machine to stay on. So that was a bummer. So I think it'll be an easy fix now that I have that cord. I'm hoping so. But yeah, so we'll do that the second week of April, the second full week. So April has like half of the week, crosses over with March, so we won't do anything that week. So it's really kind of the start of the second week of April is what I'm considering the first full week. That's the granny square quilt. We'll work on that. And then the week after that is our, I got a knot here. That's the worst place for a knot while I'm making a French knot. Oh, this could be a mess. Oh, yeah, we got a big mess. I got like one of those loopy knots while making a French knot. Let's see if I can salvage this at all. Kind of get my needle in there. Yeah, I got like a little weird knot going here. Boo. Okay, well anyway, the second week of the second full week of the month, I gotta pull this out. Second full week of the month, we'll be working on the Splendid Sampler 2 quilt again, and that's what I'm doing the free motion quilting on. So we'll get that machine out then and do the free motion quilting that week again. Assuming I can get that fixed this weekend and that pedal works, but I think it will. Ugh, okay, that was annoying. So we got that knot out. That's always nice. Can't always get those knots out very easily. So what happened is the thread loops around itself, and I didn't run this through my thread conditioner this time again. I forgot, but the thread looped around itself, making kind of a loopy knot, but it did it right when I was in the middle of a French knot, meaning I already had like these loops and a knot started. So it was like a knot within a knot, but I didn't pull it super tight, so I was able to get it out, which is good. Sometimes I might have just had to cut it away and try and weave in my ends somehow, but we made it. That's not fun, though, to get those knots. Oh, that's a good idea. Colleen says the beginning of April, sewing machine maintenance. That is not a bad idea. So maybe we'll do, let's see, I'm just thinking, did we, yeah, we must have. So I was thinking for the Splendid Sampler 2, we did sew it together, so we are at the quilting stage for that. So I don't need to fix up my black machine for that, but we can definitely on Monday, not this coming Monday, but Monday, well, we could. So we'll see how long it takes to do this bunny, but either next week Friday or 2 weeks from now Monday, maybe we'll take some time and I'll oil my machine, and I can show you, how I do that again for oiling my 30s Kenmore machine, 1930s. And man, I think my free motion quilting, the one that I use for free motion quilting, which is my 1970s Kenmore machine, I think that one has been recently oiled, so I don't know if I need to oil that. But yeah, it's time for a new needle, and probably time to oil my machine that I use often, which is my 1930s sewing machine, especially before we start the granny square quilt again. That'd be good to do. All right, you guys, that's it for those French knots. Those are all the little buds on the thyme plants. So, and I don't have enough. I mean, I have quite a bit of thread yet. I could probably do this, but I'm going to just start my new piece of thread. Then I know for sure I have enough. But I'm going to jump down and do this little part here. It's just a bunch of straight lines and then 2 single chain stitches. I almost said crochet stitches again. And that's about it. So that'll be kind of like a finishing touch down here. And then I feel like I have all the parts kind of figured, and then all I have to do is kind of fill in the areas that I didn't finish yet. So, and I think I'll continue on the thyme. It'd be awesome if I could at least try and get the thyme done tonight, but I don't think we'll make it there even, but we'll get close. We do have extra time this month. Like I was saying earlier, March and April kind of bleed together. They split a week after next week. And I'm not considering that the first week of April. So that's kind of like an open week. Be kind of awesome if we could finish this during that week. That'd be a nice deal. Okay, I'm going to run this through the thread conditioner this time, just because I forgot last time. This adds a coat of wax to it, basically, and it kind of sturdies up the thread a little bit. I don't think you need it, but it does prevent some knots a little bit, and I think it's just fun to use. It smells good. Oh, Marion, thank you. Marion says it's turning out so pretty. Not that there's any doubt, of course. That's very sweet. That's very nice. All right, so the threads aren't all completely lined up here, so I'm just going to cut it, get a nice clean edge here. And I do the pinch method for threading the needle. And so I'm just kind of pinching, and the moment I slowly unpinch, and then the moment I can see my thread in there, my floss, I put the eye of the needle over and I kind of wiggle over into my fingers. And once there's enough to grab, I'll grab it there. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm like, where is this purple going? Down here. So I'm going to weave in the ends to some of the backs of these stitches. So yeah, your other mystery boxes and floss cones and you know, the kits that are 40% off, all those guys are going out tomorrow. So the early Saturday mailman will come get those. Okay, so here I am just going to start right here, and this is that kind of twine. So I can show you on the instructions here. It's just this kind of purple twine that's holding, you know, our little bouquet together. Tiny little twine, tiny little bow. Those are just going to be one big stitch. You could do like a back stitch or something, but I am just doing one kind of giant stitch across, and I think that's perfectly fine. They're still like a quarter the size of some of these rosemary leaves. But yeah, so it's gonna look like we just tied this up all cute. I think this is kind of like a cute finishing touch. I like that you can see the stems behind it yet too. I think that's kind of fun. Nothing special about these stitches. A little hard to see the line through since we stitched on the top of it already, but that's why it's nice to have the pattern open nearby me. Just kind of wraps around these little stems. Cute. All right, and then the bow here is just 2 single crochet stitches, and then, you know, a couple little bits for the little kind of ends of the bow, the feet of the bow, the legs. Let's call them the legs of the bow. That's the technical term, right? All right, that's one. This will be it for the purple. And then I think just to get a slight curve in these ends of the thread, ends of the bow, the legs of the bow here, I'm gonna do 2 stitches so I can get like a pivot so it looks like a curve. Ugh, dropping the needle. So there's our first. Oh, tails. That's what they, yeah, the tails of the thread here. That makes sense, Amy. Ugh, Colleen, the time change is totally messing with me still. It was funny, my parents posted today, so they're using their maple syrup, and they posted today a dad made maple syrup old fashions, and then they had like some salmon and a salad and stuff, and then I was looking at that and I'm like, oh, it's like supper time. I should start the oven. I was gonna make some chicken, and I like their Facebook photo reminded me that it was late enough in the day for food, just because it's so sunny. It's not like dark at 5:30 anymore, so I'm just totally thrown still. So their little Facebook post saved my dinner time. Cute. All right, so there we are. It's all wrapped up there. I think that's just really sweet. So now we just have basically finishing up the parts we didn't get done yet. So just a review. We have some parsley yet. I think we'll just work on that later because I'm kind of invested in this time now. So I think I'm just gonna stay on this side and do a whole pile more of these leaves. I'm not sure we'll get all those done in 20 minutes. Gosh, they take a chunk of time, all those thyme leaves, but gosh, they're so cute. I love them. All right, so I already have a thread here, it looks like, which is great. That'll save me some time. Whoa, come back here. Prepping that thread here a little bit. I would like to try and carry some of this. I'm going to contact her again and see if we can get some of the thread conditioner in the shop too. That'd be kind of nice. Otherwise, this is from Wisecraft. Here's her web address, wisecrafthandmade.com. She has the thread conditioner, and this rainfall one, I think that's my favorite smell. I really like it. Okay. Get my needle again here. Okay, let's get at it again. All right, so I'm going to start on these guys, and then we'll jump to here, and we'll just start jumping up. It's getting pretty bulky in back here, full of stitches. Pretty from the back too. I like it. I've been thinking about that whipped back stitch a little bit more. Oh, I forget who was it here? Who did the whipped back stitch on her stems? I showed you guys how to do a whipped back stitch. I took it out just for this, but maybe we'll do a newsletter or something about it. But a whipped back stitch, it almost looks like cording. You actually do a back stitch first, and then you go around each stitch with some more thread, and it's really pretty. Maybe I'll try incorporating that into one of our next Embroidery of the Months. That would be kind of awesome. I just think it's so pretty. It'd be kind of fun to do. It's a pretty little cording look to it. I'll have to think about that. I'm going to be drawing some more future embroideries on Sunday again. So if you have any requests, let me know. Requests might not come out right away at the next month because we draw ahead of time, but I am definitely not listening when you guys suggest stuff. We have time for time, exactly, Amy. I do actually kind of find these single crochets relaxing. Chain stitch is one of my favorite. Did I say crochet again? Single. Oh, you know why I'm doing it? Because there's an actual. That's why. Okay, so that's why I keep saying single crochet, because there's an actual crochet stitch called a single crochet. So, you know, like there's a single crochet and a double crochet. There's like a slip stitch. There's like all these things, but that's why that's when I'm trying to say single chain stitch. I keep saying single crochet because my brain's just going to like the term of single crochet is what I suspect. Oh man, I'm getting kind of looped around here again. Ooh, pretty little birds. That'd be fun. Ugh, I'd love to do like a whole like Autobahn series of birds. Ugh, that would be really fun. I'm gonna have to think about that. We could do some birds from all over the US or something. That'd be kind of neat. All over the world even. We, you know, got a lot of non-USers here too. Oh, yeah, Marion, the shipping times to Canada it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm right next door to you here in Minnesota. It should not be taking as long as it does. So I hope that gets figured out soon because, man, I don't know. Shipping in general, I hope, gets a bit better now that you know, in theory, COVID is like waning. So gosh, I hope shipping works its way out again, too. Ooh, now I really want to do like an Autobahn series. That'd be fun. We could learn about the different birds as we stitch them and stuff. Ugh, that'd be cute. That'd be fun. Almost done with this sprig. Wow, it's really getting twisted up here, it's getting annoying. I'm letting it dangle a little to untwist. I usually don't have to do that. There's a lot of friction that's happening with these single chain stitches. Ugh, and that's what happens. It loops around itself. I gotta pop those out. So there's a lot of friction that happens, and especially when I start with a longer piece of thread, and that, especially with the sewing method where I go in and out in the same motion, that that friction, I think, is aiding in the twist of the thread, which is making it knot up and stuff, which I do not like. A quail and their little top knots. Mary Ellen, we do have a quail embroidery pattern. It's just a real simple one. But yeah, I do love their little top knots. I never thought about it like that before, but that's really cute. That's from our alphabet embroidery animals. The Q is the quail. I'd like to do some more, it'd be fun to do some more intricate ones, although the little simple ones are fun too. All right, let's see, we got a little one down here. Some of these are itty bitty. So that helped a bit. So I'm using what I do on my left hand on the back with the sewing method, I kind of have to do that on the front. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going, okay, in and out. So what I usually do on the back is I kind of hold one thread out of the way while the other thread goes through so it doesn't twist up on itself. Like I'm feeling the needle go through like this, like my thumb's there separating the floss coming through versus the loose floss here. And that sometimes can help prevent knots and stuff because my thumb's kind of separating the areas. I think that's actually working these last two stitches on the front here. Just kind of holding part of it out of the way with my thumb. Oh, I am pretty positive we are not going to get even close to getting all these thyme sprigs done, these thyme leaves. But we did get a good chunk of them going tonight. Gosh, this might take more than one more day to finish. Actually, most definitely it will, I'm thinking. Between all these little sprigs and we got a whole area up here of this parsley yet to do. But like I said, we got that kind of magic couple of days at the end of March. I think we'll have to maybe get this guy done in those couple days. I don't think the bunny will take us more than a week. I'm pretty sure we'll get that guy done in a couple days. So I don't think we'll still be working on that. So yeah, it'd be awesome to pick this up again. Because it's only available this month, and I don't like working on it when it's not available anymore. So it'd be great to get it done in March still. Oh, Joyce is asking, what do I do with my finished pieces? They sit around a lot. My particular pieces. I mean, like I have oodles of ideas for them, but I kind of keep them. I just kind of keep them on hand if I need to take photos of them for something, like for patterns and for, you know, Instagram and all that sort of stuff. So I kind of just leave mine just undone. But one of these days, I think I might just do a big quilt with like all of them in, just like kind of a massive quilt that's just literally like all embroidery. I think that would be kind of fun. So that's kind of what I got in my head as something. But in the meantime, just because I never know if I'm going to need them later, I kind of don't do much with them. But I love, in general, I love like making zipper pouches out of them. I know there's one from last year, that Swan, that I'm in the middle of doing a hand quilted zipper pouch out of that. That'd be fun to braid out again. You know, it's always nice to stitch them to tea towels and stuff, but I'm big on making the zipper pouches, big on making little bags. I love, you know, useful items. John's done one before, and that we have kind of framed in the hoop. I do like framing them in the hoops and just kind of having them around. I think that's kind of fun. But bags are the big one for me. Oh, I do put them on clothing every once in a while. Like I'll either stitch them directly to clothing or I'll applique them to clothing after. We did a tiger last year as well, and I just stitched it on fabric like this, but I kind of want to applique that to like this kind of jean jacket that I have. I think that'd be really cute. So many projects and so many ideas. That would actually be a fun like finish it Friday project though. Sometimes stitching that tiger onto a jean coat. That'd be a good like summer project, right? Or like kind of late spring when you still might want a little coat on, little lightweight jean jacket, that'd be a good time to applique that embroidery. That'd be kind of fun. All right, this is definitely my last stitch with this thread, and I already, did I lose it? No, I grabbed the end just in time. When it gets this short, I have a tendency of accidentally pulling it out of the needle, and that's annoying. So I'm definitely out of thread, which means I think this is probably where we'll stop for the night. I know I almost have all these thyme leaves done, but it looks like there's not a lot, but it would actually kind of take quite some time yet, I think, to stitch. Shoot. Ugh, you know what? I only went back and forth twice, and then my needle came out. I think I'm going to just leave it at twice. We're going to weave other stitches in there, so that will secure it. I like going 3 times, back and forth 3 times to really secure the thread. 2 times I don't think secures it enough. But like I said, we'll be stitching some more in the backs of that same area, so that will hold it down. Oh gosh, that is looking cute though. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, definitely my favorite part is all the little thyme leaves. So pretty. And just with that little purple too, that's going to look really cute once we get all of the rest of the green up in there. But we're close. We're close. We're deceivingly close because like I said, that's probably a whole nother piece of thread. Yeah, and then we have, let's put this down here. Then we have the rest of this parsley left as well. So that is all we got done this week, but like I said, I think that last kind of half week in March, I would love to be able to finish this up. That'd be awesome. All right, you guys. Yeah, I'm happy with this progress for sure. I was really hoping we could get that thyme done tonight, but it takes what it takes, right? I don't need to rush through it or anything, but I'm loving the look of that so much. It's so dense too. There's a lot of texture, and with those little French knots up there too, that's just fun. Be sure if you're having trouble with French knots, rewind to or just like watch the replay of where I start going through the French knots. Just go slow and follow those instructions. And if you still aren't getting it, let me know in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group on Facebook, and we'll figure it out. Or take a picture of what it looks like, and I bet you I will know what to do. I've been doing these French knots for a while, so we might be able to figure it out what the problem might be. So, yep. Any trouble? In general, just head over to the Penguin and Fish Crafters group and ask there. So, thank you guys. I hope you had a lovely week. The mystery box and the studio sale will run through Sunday, so through midnight Central Time on Sunday. Then I'll be taking that stuff down, so here's your chance to grab some of those things, like highly reduced product and overstock and some fun seconds and stuff. So check that out at penguinandfish.com. There'll be a link to it right on the homepage. The big image, there'll be a link. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys do with a lot of that stuff. And I will see you on Monday, everyone. Have a great weekend. Good night.